Welcome back. This podcast explores the wisdom of generosity, from ancient to modern, and the beautiful space where generosity occurs. At some point, every fund development professional will experience the disappointment of a donor giving far less than we expect, or nothing at all. We can experience a range of emotions. Even though we understand that we cannot control what a donor gives, what could be one source of these feelings? This week, I am reading from Abigail Adams' letter to Hannah Lincoln, written in 1761. Quote, "And now let me ask you, my friend, whether you do not think that many of our disappointments and much of our happiness rise from our forming false notions of things and persons. We strangely impose upon ourselves. We create a fairyland of happiness. Fancy is fruitful and promises fair, but like a dog in the fable, we catch at a shadow. And when we find the disappointment, we are vexed, not with ourselves, who really are the impostors, but with the poor innocent thing or person of whom we form such strange ideas. When this is the case, I believe we always find that we have enjoyed more pleasure in the anticipation than in the real enjoyment of our wishes. Dr. Young says, our wishes give us not our wishes. Some disappointments are indeed more grievous than others. Since they are our lot, let us bear them with patience. That person that cannot bear a disappointment must not live in a world so changeable as this, and 'tis wise it should be so. For were we to enjoy a continual prosperity, we should be too firmly attached to the world ever to think of quitting it, and there would be room to fear that we should be so far intoxicated with prosperity as to swim smoothly from joy to joy along life's short current, wholly unmindful of the vast ocean eternity." Unquote. The irony of our work is that we must create a fairyland of happiness. Before we make an ask, it is vital to imagine, vision, and outline how a donation will impact our work and the community. We anticipate the good that we, with the donation, will do. That creates so much excitement in us, with our team and in our organization. Next, we begin brainstorming the donors who will be just as excited as us. We then invite those donors to imagine that impact as well. And then what happens when a donor says no, or not that much? Well, it is our lot to receive no's from donors. So how can we create this fairyland of happiness and yet not be crushed with disappointment? Abigail Adams gives us some clues. We cannot mistake the wishes for the person with the wishes for the vision, and we must not become too firmly attached to the list of prospective donors. Instead, we must expect the list to be changeable, and when we do that, there will be surprises along the way. Let us reflect on 2 questions this week. Where are you experiencing disappointment with donors? Can you release the donor and not the vision? As you create a fairyland of happiness, that is the vision of impact, how will you hold the list of donors changeable? Share this podcast if you enjoy these 5-minute reflections, and subscribe to receive these reflections released every Monday. To explore fundraising coaching deeper, visit servingnonprofits.com. See you next week.